All right, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Trying to take care of some last minute settings over here. There we go. Let me bring this over. Okay, Captain Gonzo, that Flight Sim channel. We're back for another quick spontaneous live. Guys, real quick, before we get started with everything, you can expect another live later tonight, and it's going to be between myself and Captain Flacco. What we're doing, how we're doing it, don't know yet, but this is going to be a quick preview, I suppose, of what you can expect later tonight. If you've watched my stream from yesterday, we landed at San Juan at Luis Muñoz Marin, just across the way here from Isla Grande. This is the small little regional airport located west of the San Juan International Airport. A lot of flight training happens here, a lot of executive flying. Anyways, guys, we're going to be taking the BlackSquare B58 from here, and we're going to head over to St. Martin. This is going to be a quick IFR flight. If you can see, we are in some interesting weather conditions here over Puerto Rico. So let's go ahead and just jump aboard. Unfortunately, we don't have any pre-flight stuff that we can do here on the BlackSquare for Flight Sim 2024. Not yet, at least that I know of. It is windy. Look at how the fuselage is just dancing around here as we're sitting. All right, let's jump aboard here. Let's go in here. Close window. We'll keep the little porthole open. Let me show you real quick what we've got. So I'm going to pull up the SimBrief dispatch. And let me make sure. Let's do this. I need to fire up SayIntentions. Okay, SayIntentions is firing up in the background. But yeah, check it out. We're requesting, or we need 600 pounds of fuel. We've got 608, and that is with a plus 5 or 6% fuel. Or yeah, I think I asked for more fuel, so we have technically more than we actually need. Got 2 packs. You've got 110 pounds of baggage, so we're okay for now. We're gonna make it, I promise. So what we're gonna do is let's pull up the left engine page. Let's open up the cow flaps. Right engine page, cow flaps open, fuel selectors on. All right, and let's go ahead and get this aircraft started. However, before we do, I need to go make a quick change inside SayIntentions. If you're not familiar, SayIntentions doesn't support GA call signs right now. So you have to use like a specific airline code to be called by that call sign, right? So for example, American Airlines, you would type in AAL, whatever number you want. But in this case, SayIntentions is still working out through those quirks, and so unfortunately we can't just go in here with a November tail number. I have to manually designate a tail number. Well, luckily I've already flown this tail number and I have it saved. 96 Whiskey Echo. Baron 96 Whiskey Echo, there we go. Okay, I think we should be a-okay now. I've made the changes. Now we'll know for sure once we hop on and give our controller a call. Before I do that, I just want to do a quick verification here on my side. A call. All right. Let's go. Hey, TJ Turner has just subscribed. Thank you for that, my good friend. Welcome to the channel. Welcome aboard the family. And like I said, stay tuned because tonight we're going to do a better live stream. This is just me, Captain Gonzo, by myself. Don't be afraid to say what's up on the chat there. I do have it open, I think. Let's see. Sign into the chat. Yeah. There we go. So I do have a separate monitor now so I can keep track of my chats a little bit better. And that way I don't leave you guys hanging. All right, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get ready to start the aircraft. Let's hide the yoke. Let's get battery power on. Let's bring up the EFB. Left engine first. So we're going to make sure prop levers full forward. Mixture full rich on the left. Throttle full open on the left. We're going to engage that fuel boost pump high. We're looking for at least 2 to 3 gallons per hour or more. And there we go. Kill it. Bring that throttle. Crack it open just a hair. And let's start engine number 1. Clear prop.
Clear.
Okay, good number 1 start. Hey, TJ, hello, my good sir. Welcome aboard once again. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for tuning in. So we're gonna look for at least 1,000 RPM. Let's get the left alternator on, and we're gonna repeat the same process for the right engine. So mixture full rich, throttle fully cracked open. Let's give it some fuel pump. 1, 2, 3. Got fuel in the cylinders. Close that throttle, crack it open just a hair. Whoop. There we go. Good right engine start. 2 good engines. Alternator coming on. Avionics can come on. Okay. 2 healthy engines. Electrical looks good. Cabin, we'll set the parameters here momentarily. Make sure these cowl flaps are fully open. They're a little tricky. There we go. By the way, TJ, or if anybody else is watching, let me know if the sim audio is too loud. I can always adjust it as necessary. I noticed from yesterday's stream it wasn't as loud, and so I felt like I wanted to make it just a little bit louder, okay? But in the meantime, what we can do is we can just press right here, and it kind of reduces the noise a little bit. All right, guys, first thing we got to do, let's go ahead and tune into ATIS 120.4. Type that in, 20.4.
45 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 09er. Wind 110 at 16 gusting 21. Visibility 7. Rain. Scattered at 2000. Scattered at 3000. Broken at 6500. Temperature 26. Dew point 20. Altimeter 3010. Curfew restrictions in effect. Expect delays during evening operations.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you for letting me know that the sound is fine, sir. Thank you very much.
And if flight following is requested.
Okay, we got...
Leave back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Yankee. We've got Yankee.
Fernando Luis Rivas Dominicsi Airport. Information Yankee. 1445 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 09er. Wind 110 at 16 gusting 21.
Let's go 121.7 now.
7.
So that is going to be the ground controller. They're going to give us our IFR clearance, I hope. So let me set the camera back. Let me grab my iPad. And just like we did yesterday, I'm going to be using my charts right from Navigraph to use that scratch pad feature, which is very handy and useful, especially when we're in situations like this. So unload, import. All right, here we go. So we are Baron 906 Whiskey Echo. I'm going to use that as my call sign. I hope that SayIntentions recognizes it. If not, we'll go with whatever they call us. And Isla Grande ground, good afternoon. This is Baron 906 Whiskey Echo with information November requesting IFR to Princess Juliana. I think it was November. Okay, they should be coming back with their clearance here shortly.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, information Yankee is correct. Cleared to Princess Juliana. After departure, fly radar vector San Juan, then as filed. Departure runway 9er. Initial climb to 4000. Departure on 119.4, squawk 5132.
All right, we're cleared to the Princess Juliana Airport as filed. Radar vector San Juan. Expecting runway 09er. Initial climb altitude 4000. Departure frequency 119.4, squawk 5132 for Baron 906 Whiskey Echo. Okay, so we've got our IFR clearance. We're going to be flying radar vector San Juan, runway 9er departure, so to the east. Climbing 4,000 feet, departure 119.4, and squawking 5132. Already got it on the squawk there. I'm going to pull up my airport info. should be easy. It's a relatively small airport, so nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and set up our flight plan now, okay? So we're gonna come over here. I do have the GTN 750. It is an absolute must, by the way. All right, TJIG, our destination is TNCM. There it is. And then let's pull up that SimBrief dispatch. We're gonna go at waypoint. Again, direct San Juan is the first waypoint. They're gonna give us radar vectors 2. And right there, you wanna use the correct identifier. Bearing 9 or 5, 6.3. We don't wanna try to fly 4,070 miles. From there, we're gonna go RTE2, which I believe is an airway. Let's see if that is correct. I don't even know if that's an airway. Never seen that. No. Let's go STT. That's St. Thomas. There it is. Now let me see if I can pull up an airway. No. Yeah, I'm familiar with the RTE. I'm assuming that's an airway. Let's see if I can get on the A638, by the way. And it's not letting me. Might be something with I need to update here on the GTN 750 from PMS. So it's all right. And then PJM, which is, I know, Princess Juliana. So this will be a pretty much VOR to VOR station flight. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. So it looks like 19,000 is our cruise altitude. We're going to go down here. 19,000, flight level 190. But our initial climb altitude, remember, was 4,000. So we're not going to straight up just depart and climb there. Procedure, departure. Will it let me select the runway? Nope. Okay, what about approach? Let's go ahead and set up the RNAV runway 10. That's usually what we get anyways. Dandy is fine. We're going to load it. Good. Altitude constraints are in. Go to map. Yeah, look at that weather. Holy crud. We're going to leave the weather radar on standby on the ground. It is clearing up though, looking beautiful. Let's lean that mixture just a bit on both engines. Flaps, let's cycle them all the way down. Whoa, look at this line of traffic. Okay, let's bring him back up. Takeoff approach. And let's get the AC going, by the way. It is hot in here. There's the AC. You see that little scoop opening? Okay, let's call ground. Let them know we're ready to taxi. I love this plane. God, BlackSquare makes the best airplanes. And ground, Baron 906 Whiskey Echo at Modern Air requesting taxi for departure.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, taxi to parking via Bravo, Bravo 5. Hold short of runway 27, then Alpha 6, Alpha, Alpha 1.
All right, we're going to taxi. We're going to ignore what you just said. We're going to taxi with runway 9 or be a Bravo, Bravo 1 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Yeah, I'm not going to go all the way around. Checking the brakes. Okay, you know what? We're probably going to have to go across the field here because I got traffic blocking my path. Runway 9 is to my left, by the way. I'm going to just ask him if we can straight up cross here. SayIntentions is not always perfect, guys. Keep in mind, this is AI ATC, right? So it's not always going to be right. Whoa.
Approaching runway 9.
That was cool. Okay. Ground, Baron 6 Whiskey Echo holding short of 9 at Bravo 3. Are we clear to cross?
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, cross runway 09er at Bravo 3.
Crossing runway 9er at Bravo 3 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. All right, landing lights, strobe lights on. Scanning right, scanning left. There's Alpha 3. We're going to make a left turn. We're going to go by all these airplanes. And we're going to get set up for our departure here in just a few moments, boys and girls. Landing light off, taxi light off. Got a Phenom, Cessna 172. Oh, a Cessna 303, I believe.
Approaching runway
Twin
9.
Bonanza. Look at this. CJ4. You can see the difference, by the way, between the static models and the SayIntentions AI. And check out this little lip here on the taxiway. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we destroyed our landing gear already. We haven't even taken off. That is hilarious. So here's what's going to happen, guys. We're going to hold short of the runway 9
Baron
here.
6 Whiskey Echo, contact tower on 135.875. Take care.
All right, switching to 135.875 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Hasta la próxima. That means until next time.
Runway 09er.
I love the scenery, man. I never flew here. I was only in Puerto Rico until I was about 6-7 years old. But I do have a family member, actually 2 family members, both airline pilots, Captain Jose and his lovely wife. They're both professional, real-life airline pilots for a major legacy carrier, and they did some flying out of here for years. All right, parking brake is on. Let's go mixture full rich. Let's bring up those throttles. Looking for about 1,800 RPM. Woo, spools up quick. All right, was that 19? Why not? Let's check mags. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, the mouse wheel's really sensitive for some reason. It went all the way back. That's weird. Okay. We're going to ignore that because it keeps going past. You see that? Yeah. Mouse wheel lost like its little clickiness, right? The detents. Oh, well. All right. We're going to cycle that prop lever. Looking for at least 300 RPM drop. All right. Let's close this window. There we go. And let's bring back power. I'm not going through the full checkup, by the way, like you should through the checklist. I'm just trying to do some quick checks here to make sure the aircraft is fully functioning. Okay, lapse time up on the control wheel. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's local time. Let's shut off the AC, by the way. Make sure that's all off. Let's call tower. Let them know we're ready to boogie. And Isla Grande tower, Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, holding short runway 9er. Ready for departure. Damn, this is gonna be annoying.
Baron 96 Whiskey Echo, Fernando Luis Ribas Dominici Airport Tower, runway 9er, winds 110 at 16, gusting 21, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading cleared for takeoff for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Runway 9er. Forgot the runway. Okay, that's all set. Lights, camera, action. Let's go transponder altitude reporting mode. Back. Parking brake off.
Echo, runway 9er, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading cleared for takeoff. Runway 9er for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. All right, let's see if I got this puppy under control. The Baron picks up speed rather quickly. So I'm going to hold here. I'm going to pop a Zin real quick, if you guys don't mind. I need to get some inspiration. There we go. All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. Slowly introduce power. Listen to that boost. And brakes off. Full power. Whoa, buddy. Oh, buddy. And let's go flying.
On runway 9 remaining. 4,100
Gear up.
feet.
We're gonna fly that runway heading, by the way. Taxi light off. Flaps can come up. There we go. Get that weather radar on. Still on that runway heading. So I'm gonna arm heading mode. Get the flight director there. We're about to pass 1,000 feet.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, contact departure.
Switching to departure for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Hasta la próxima. San Juan departure. Baron 6 Whiskey Echo at 1,400, climbing 4,000, runway heading.
Baron 96 Whiskey Echo, San Juan 1 departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000. Turn right heading 115. Vectors to San Juan. Then on course.
All right, we're going to climb and maintain 10,000, right turn heading 115, vectors to San Juan, then on course for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. There's 115. And again, I apologize. I'm being very, very gentle with my scroll wheel. It is, like, it feels loose, almost like it lost that grittiness, and so I don't want to over-rotate the heading bug. And for whatever reason, my Honeycomb Bravo, the autopilot...
Echo. Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. But yeah, I don't want to keep, like, overcompensating. Like, you saw what happened when I was checking my magnetos, right? I would scroll down once, but the wheel would go crazy and pretty much kill the mag. So I'm trying to avoid any mishaps like that. I'm just going to do some hand flying for now. We're already climbing through 3,700, almost 800. I love this plane, man. And we're going to be flying directly over San Juan. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to engage the autopilot.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Contact San Juan Oceanic Center on 128.65.
128.65 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. So long. San Juan Oceanic Center, Baron 906 Whiskey Echo, climbing 4,800 for flight level 190.
Baron 96 Whiskey Echo, San Juan Oceanic Center identified. Good afternoon, San Juan QNH 1018.
Copy QNH 1018 for Baron 96 Whiskey Echo. You know what? I'm going to go from here to STT. Let's go nav mode. Because we were told vectors to San Juan, then on course, right? Our course takes us from San Juan over to St. Thomas. So, okay, we're monitoring our speed. Looks like we've got a good climb rate. We're still doing about, what is that, 2,450 feet a minute.
Air 70, descend and maintain altitude.
Start leading that mixture just a bit.
Cleared for the B03 arrival into San Juan. Altimeter 1018.
Let's get our prop sync. Actually, hold up. I'm going to hold up with that because I got to make some adjustments to our power. We're going to reduce manifold pressure here on the climb. Going to reduce RPM a little bit. Don't want to just drive those motors all the way in full power throughout that climb. Want to lean them out a little bit, just reduce power. And then we can adjust our climb rate if we need to, right? That's how you compensate. This thing just wants to climb, though. Temperature will continue to drop inside the cabin, so I got to monitor that, by the way. Everything is flowing smoothly, guys. We've been airborne for about 4.5 minutes now. If you've never owned or tried a BlackSquare product, by the way, something I learned. It's one guy that develops these insanely realistic GA aircraft, and it's mind-boggling. All right, there's 10,000 feet, just like that. We're through 10,000 feet. Let's get our supplemental oxygen on because we will be cruising at flight level 190. Tail Dragger Fly, how we doing? Love the Baron. Yes, sir. We're doing great, brother. Welcome aboard. We are just on our way over to St. Martin. But yeah, we're doing great, man. Let's reduce that climb rate just a little bit. There we go. BGO Tech, saliste de Puerto Rico? Yes, sir. We just left Isla Grande. Yesterday's live stream, we flew from Palm Beach to Luis Muñoz Marin. And then I simulated walking over or taking a taxi over, grabbed the Baron, and here we are, man. Airborne Geek. Hey, man, good to catch you live, man. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Good to see you. That is a familiar name. We haven't talked in quite a while, man. Thank you for joining us once again, brother. And like I said, guys, if you're just tuning in, we will be doing another live stream tonight around 8:30 Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. Captain Flaco, who is the founder as well of this channel, will be joining me for that one, and we're going to be doing some other kind of fun stuff. Yeah, Airborne Geek, dude, the BlackSquare Baron is insane, especially the turbocharged. Look at this, dude. we're doing 1,300 feet a minute. We're climbing already through flight level 120, 12,000 feet in just over 6 minutes. 6 minutes since wheels up. That's insane, man. Okay, I need to get a little bit of heat in here, so let's see if I remember how to do this. No, you saw that? That's what I'm talking about. The wheel just hovered over the magneto and almost killed it. Bibliotech, Culebra es muy difícil de aterrizar. Yes, sir, it is very difficult to land there. Captain Flaco and I actually did a couple of videos, live streams, like maybe a year ago, landing in Culebra, and yeah, that place is interesting, man. Whew. Okay, we've got O2 flowing. Let's see, cabin heat. There we go. Let's get some heat. There we go. 75. Yeah, it'll continue to decrease as well as we continue climbing. So I'm going to set it a little bit hotter because you'll see as we get closer to our cruise altitude, it'll get colder. Let's go to the back seat. We still got a healthy airspeed there. I'm going to get my pitot heat on just in case, but we shouldn't need it. It's going to be nice and warm up here. Outside air temperature looks like, what, 2 degrees Celsius? Yeah, we're fine. Yes, sir. Bibliotech, here we go. He wants to know if we can show the aircraft on the exterior, so we're going to do that right now. Into the cockpit because it is kind of loud up here, but yeah, Bibliotech, I hope that shows you. This is the Baron. It's a twin engine, high performing complex aircraft. It retractable gear, flaps, and it has turbochargers on both engines, so this thing is a monster, bro. It flies fast. Airborne Geek, I've been flying the Bonanza a lot. The turbine convention is wild. Sounds insane when you do a low pass and the flyby. Yeah, man. I flew the turbine converted Bonanza a few times. Honestly, it's a little intimidating. Everything happens so quick. And, you know, it's a turboprop, obviously, so you are expecting those faster speeds. But when it happens, you're like, what the heck, man? It's crazy. All right, so there we go. We've got 19,000 armed on the altitude capture. We're about to get to flight level 160. Don't forget, guys, when you go through your transition altitude, flight level 180, we have to reset our altimeters to standard pressure, which is 29902 or HPA 1013. Okay, let's go to the back seat. And this is why I love the Baron, man. The Baron is arguably the most, I don't know. This could be up to interpretation. This could be argued, whatever. I think the Baron is the most successful, most common twin engine platform you'll see in general aviation. For those of you that may not know, I come from working the flight line, right? I worked in at Signature Aviation in Orlando and Kissimmee for a lot of years. And so, guys, the Baron was almost a daily airplane that I handled, fueled, and saw. Everybody has one, but there's a reason why. You can six people back here. Look. 6 people. You can have luggage if you wanted to. You have a little tray table here you can open. I like these rear facing seats too. That must be fun, just sitting and looking backwards as you're flying away in this rocket ship. But yeah, the Baron is a very, very famous platform, and there's a reason why, right? Airborne Geek says, I wish BlackSquare also implement something like AccuSim. That will take these airplanes to the next level. I agree, man. I agree. That would be awesome. And Tail Dragger Fly saying they have a turbine Bonanza at my local airport. Nice, man. I'm sure you love seeing that thing, right? Thing sounds phenomenal. Okay, we're getting to about 1,000 feet to go. I'm going to start closing our cow flaps. We're We're about to level off. That's going to reduce drag. Let's verify they are closed. There they are. All right, approaching 19,000. The aircraft should level off. Let's go altitude or altimeter to standard 29902. That's close enough. Let's don't forget your co-pilot side. There we go. And there we go. We're leveled off at flight level 190. Let me make sure ATC has not called me. Nope. Tail dragger saying, yeah, it's awesome. TJ, I never like the rear-facing seats because it feels like I'll try hard not to stare at the person sitting across from me. That's true, man. I sometimes struggle to like maintain eye contact, especially in awkward scenarios like that where you're just sitting down and you're just like, how you doing? And you can't walk about the cabin, really. You're just stuck there. The only thing you can do is be like, hey, man, you want to sit next to me so we can both stare to the back and not have to talk? That's it. Or take your headset off and you won't hear them. All right, so we're leveled off. Let's watch our EDM 700. That is the engine digital monitor there. We're going to reduce power here. We're going to go to like 34 inches of mercury. There's 35. Now, adjusting power on the Baron is a bit funky. You can see. Got to be nice and easy. Let us stabilize. And we're going to reduce RPMs a little bit here. About 2,500. Yeah, you see, it's really touchy. I still don't understand that on the Baron too well. Okay, stabilizing there, I think. Let's get that prop sync on. And you see that little rotating wheel? That's going to show you which propeller is spinning faster, right? So if your left side propeller is spinning faster, you're going to see the wheel going left. If it's right, it's right. So right now, it's pretty stable. Prop sync should take care of that. Let's find our lean. Lean ROP, rich of peak. This might get a little tricky here as well. Yeah, you see the engine fluctuates a little bit. Let me turn off that prop sync for a little bit. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to keep messing with it. It's a relatively short hop anyways. And now we're cruising, boys and girls. Now we kick back, relax, and just enjoy the flight over to St. Martin. Airborne Geek saying, I recorded an engine failure on takeoff scenario on the Bonanza. Going public on Friday. It is fun, but unfortunate that YouTube doesn't appreciate GA content as much as airliners. Yeah, man, GA content is a little, it's hit or miss. For me personally, I'm a private pilot. GA is my world, right? I don't have the money or the luxury to be able to fly anything bigger than a Cessna 172, a PA-28, or like even Cirrus, right? I've only logged a few hours on a Cirrus SR-22, which just blew my mind. I also flew an SR-20, naturally aspirated, from Melbourne down to Key West with a good friend of mine who is a, I think he's instrument rated. I can't remember if he got his commercial. Anyways, I love GA flying. To me, airliners are fun, but GA aircraft just has this certain edge that you need to control the aircraft, right? You get the feel of the aircraft and you get to play with your rich, right? Or your mixture. You got to lean the aircraft. You can't just go full rich throughout the altitude. You got to control that for peak efficiency, performance, and whatever. Oh, cool. Airborne Geek saying, same here, private pilot, and I love flying GA. Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome, man. Always nice to see real pilots as well in the chat, especially professional pilots. Trust me, I've gotten called out on mistakes I've done on airliners from real world airline flyers, and it's hilarious. I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, I'm just doing my best. I watched a couple of tutorials on YouTube. I've been flying since the early flight simulator days, and yeah. Airborne Geek, no, I don't have a force feedback yoke. What I'm using right now is the Honeycomb Alpha. and the Honeycomb Bravo throttle set. So not force feedback, but I would love to one day make that upgrade and get like the Moza base or something like that, because that would be amazing. And by the way, I'm going to show it again. Here we go. This thing is tracking me, sorry. Anyways, I'm trying to show you I'm using the Navigraph app in my iPad, and it's awesome because it synchronizes to the sim. So I can see my actual flight right now in the map, and it's following live time. And I can also pull up my charts right here, so I don't have to go in the sim and occupy space on the monitor. Tail dragger, I quit in 2024, about 80% done on my instrument rating. Got too expensive. Tell me about it, man. I got my private pilot license April 2016, and I started to cover ground material for the instrument stuff, but same thing. I ran out of money. They didn't have the time. Fast forward 10 years, I still don't have the time, man. I've got a family. I've got a full-time job. However, now that I work weekends, I only work Friday through Sunday. I do have a little bit more time, better salary, so I might be able to swing it one of these days and just go get my instrument knocked out. I really want it. All right, guys, let's go outside real quick. We're about to fly over St. Thomas. Let me lower the sound a little bit here on my end. I apologize if that lowers it too much on your end. There's St. Thomas. Saying instrument is a grind. Yeah, my wife calls GA airplanes can of death. Guess who doesn't get to fly much? I get that, man. I get it. My wife's not a fan of airplanes either. I took her flying once on a 172, never again. So I told her, hey, maybe we should buy something bigger, like a Baron, or not a Baron, a Bonanza. She'll probably feel a little bit better, being able to cruise a little bit higher, having oxygen, stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll convince her. And let me check my route, because I'm seeing here on the charts. Remember, I couldn't pull up that RTE2, that airway? I'm going to amend that route, even though we're already close. We're going to add a few waypoints here to kind of follow that track that we were supposed to. So I'm going to go here. I have it open on the 650, but I'm going to do it on the 750 just because it's easier to see. Flight plan. So after St. Thomas, let's see if I can insert it, because right now it's going to switch. There we go. It's making that turn already. And we're going direct to St. Martin. Insert before. We're going to go Slugo. There we go. Now we're going direct to Slugo. Then Gabul. Insert after. There we go. That should give us a little better route there. Let's go direct Slugo. It didn't like that. Am I still on course? Yeah, I guess we're just crabbing a little bit. And there we go. You can see the track there. I guess that's fine. Temperature 69 degrees inside the cabin. That is very, very comfortable in my opinion. If you've ever been inside these small planes, you know that it gets hot really, really quick. Look at the contrails. We've got some airline traffic up there in the Class Alpha. Actually, we're technically Class Alpha right now. We're at 19,000. Everything above flight level 180, I believe, is considered Class Alpha airspace. I could be wrong. A little rusty on my airspace stuff, but yeah. Class Alpha means you have to be mandatory IFR flight plan. You can't be flying up here on a VFR or Visual Flight Rules flight plan. So we're good. We're legal. Airborne Geek saying, I don't blame her though. I practiced all the maneuvers first time I flew with her. Holy hell. Dude, that's ballsy. All I did with my wife was straight and level flight. We did a touch and go in Merritt Island here in Florida. A small little airport. The runway's about 3,000 feet long. I know they extended it recently. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 3,500 feet. And yeah, she was quiet the whole time, especially on that go, the touch and go. And I'm like, babe, you all right? And she's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, I got it. Tail Dragger, thank you, sir. Thank you for saying that's correct. Thank you very much. Oh, man. Guys, I wish I could do this for a living every day. Living my dreams, just flying fake planes inside a simulator. Nothing gets better. Okay, we're drifting off course here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go heading mode. Let's go heading mode. Let's get back on track here. Thomas 121974, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. I remember seeing you. Good to have you back on board, my friend. Thank you for tuning in once again. We are 22 minutes into this flight to St. Martin. ATC, we're talking to San Juan Oceanic. They haven't given us any other instructions. But you know what? It's probably a good time to go ahead and pick up our ATIS in St. Martin. Let me see if I can pick it up on the radio. One 2765. Let me come over here. I'm gonna go audio panel, COM 2. We're gonna monitor that. Where is it? Oh, here, yeah. 6.5. We're gonna enter. We're gonna swap it. Might be a little bit out of range. And I am monitoring COM 2. I've got it enabled on the GMA 340. So once we get closer, we should be hearing it. Let me keep that turn back to get on route. Our desired track should be 102. Let me set that on the CDI here. Again, a little bit oversensitive here. There we go. That's about 102 degrees. We should see that CDI needle, the course deviation indicator, start to move from left to right momentarily. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. Yep, there it goes. It's slowly moving towards the center. Everything is good though. Engine instruments are all good. Cylinder head temperatures are okay. Oil pressure in the green, temperature in the green, RPM, manifold pressure steady. And again, keep an eye on that HSI, horizontal situation indicator. Watch the CDI needle. It's moving in. So we are on a good intercept path. So remember, it's important to know and familiarize yourself with your 6-pack, right? Those are your primary flight instruments. You got your airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, altimeter, turn slip coordinator, HSI, and your vertical speed indicator. In case I lost power or my GTN 750 and 650 died, I can still navigate through my course just using my HSI. Looking good, guys. Everything's looking beautiful. All right, let's see if we can go nav mode now. There we go. You can see the flight director indicating a right bank in order to stay on track. And just like that, we're back on course, boys and girls. 49 miles to go to Slugo. And depending on how much time I've got left, I should be good. I might have to speed things up on the sim rate, but maybe not. I should be good. So what's everybody up to? You guys at work? What are you guys up to? Let me know in the comments while we continue this inbound leg to Slugo. By the way, doing 250 knots across the ground. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? Indicated showing what, 165, 170? I'll take it.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, direct gyro, then is filed, please.
Direct gyro then is filed for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Okay, so we're gonna have to amend this a little bit. Let's go back over here. Flight plan before Slugo, gyro. We're gonna enter that, go back to the map. Let's go to gyro, activate. Let's go nav. There we go. So yeah, guys, this is going to add a little bit, but again, this is what I should have been flying originally. I had an issue loading up those waypoints via the airway. That was my mistake. Tail dragger saying working and lurking. That's the best, man. I do the same thing when I'm at work. Whenever I'm not busy and I have the opportunity to, I just put my headset on and I try to watch a live stream or two or something to keep me entertained. Airborne Geek, he says he's working and listening to this in the background. Hell yeah, brother. Hopefully I don't distract you with my nonsense. I tend to get carried away and say a lot of dumb stuff. All right, how are we doing on fuel? Let's keep an eye on our fuel. Half tanks on both sides, looking good. Kappa Flyer, I know that name, man. I haven't talked to you, seen you in quite a bit, man. Welcome back, good to see you, dude. Go from the right seat. There we go. Get a little view outside. All right, so what I'm doing now, you see me looking down. I am simply looking at my charts, pulling up the RNAV approach into Princess Juliana, runway 10. That is the famous Maho Beach approach, right? Where you come over and you literally can give people buzz cuts if you come in a little bit low. And I'm just gonna go ahead and brief it real quick. So it looks like our final approach towards 096 degrees. Minimum descent, altitude 700 feet or 686 on the radar altimeter, so we're gonna set that up. Airborne Geek says, fantastic radio voice you have. Dude, I get that a lot. A lot of people are like, why don't you work radio? And it's like, I don't know, man. It seems tacky, and I'm one of those people. I hate listening to my voice through recordings. I don't know why, man. I think we all feel that way, right? Like, you ever had anybody record you on their iPhone, and you're like, that's me? Like, oh, God. That's how I feel. But, hey, I appreciate the feedback, man. Let's go ahead and set up our radar altimeter here real quick. So 686 will be our minimum descent altitude because it is an RNAV approach. So 5, yeah, look at the scroll wheel, man. This sucks. Somewhere there, just shy of 700 feet. That should do it. Tail dragger, that is correct, sir. I am using SayIntentions. It is an absolute must for every flight I do now on Flight Sim. I can't fly without it, man. It just adds that level of realism that you can't get with default ATC. It adds the traffic injection, and I don't know if you know this, but you have a virtual co-pilot with SayIntentions ATC or AI. You want to see it? Check it out. His name is Steve, and yes, you can select with different personalities. You can choose between a professional guy. You can use between like a goofy guy that's a pirate. Makes me laugh all the time. But check it out. His name is Steve. I'm gonna give him a quick call and check in with him. Hey Steve, Captain Gonzo over here. How do you hear me?
Loud and clear, Captain Gonzo.
Awesome, Steve. So here we're on our way down to Princess Juliana. I'm gonna ask you to handle communications from now on, and I'll continue flying the plane. Sounds good?
Got it, Captain Gonzo. I'll handle the comms from now on.
You saw that? So now he's going to respond to any instruction from ATC. I can focus on just flying the plane. Airborne Geek, don't forget to turn on the recorder on landing. We need to see that outside view of the landing. Good point, brother. I'm going to do it right now. Yeah, Tail Dragger, it is cool, man. So if you just started using it this week, dude, SayIntentions has so many features that you might not even be aware of. You have a intercom system. So like on my Honeycomb Alpha, I've got one push to talk set for my comms, and the other one is for the intercom to talk strictly to my co-pilot. You can use it on airliners and all that kind of stuff, and it really helps out. Kappa Flyer, you see that the Flight Effects Piaggio is coming for 2024 tomorrow? Yeah. Dude, did you know that the Piaggio is actually licensed by the manufacturer now? That tells you how serious Flight Effects is about their add-on. So I'm excited. I have it for Flight Sim 2020, which means I should be able to get it for free on 2024, and I am so ready to take it on and see how it performs and behaves here inside Flight Sim 2024. Yeah, Tail Dragger. So when you open up SayIntentions, go to the pilot portal settings on the settings wheel, and you're going to see a bunch of categories. It's on a web browser now. They don't do it through the app. Look for one that says intercom. In the intercom category, you can then go ahead and select what personality you want. English accent, you want somebody that's from Italy, you want somebody that's German. It's so freaking cool, man, that you can really diversify it depending on where you're flying in the world. So it's awesome. All right, here we go. We're going to make a sharp right turn now. Doing about 15-20 degrees there, bank. We still haven't picked up ATIS. Tail Dragger says thanks for the info. Absolutely.
Echo, whenever you'd like to send flight level 140.
So watch, now Steve's going to respond.
Descending flight level 140, Baron 96 Whiskey Echo.
Okay, so we're going to arm alert. And let's go down. Whoa. There we go. We're going to start descending. We're still on track. Doing 900 feet a minute.
6 Whiskey Echo, contact Juliana, approach on 128.905.
Switching to Juliana approach on 128.905, Baron 96 Whiskey Echo. Baron 96 Whiskey Echo. Good afternoon. Descending flight level 190 for flight level 140.
Whiskey Echo, Echo identified. Greetings, expect the on-up runway 10 approach into Juliana.
Tiered at 3500.
There we go.
Temperature
Expect the
28.
RNAV runway 10 approach into Juliana. Baron 96 Whiskey
Transition
Echo.
level 60 advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions.
Whiskey Echo,
Advise on
flight
initial
level
contact
070.
you have information kilo. Princess Juliana International Airport, information kilo.
Descending flight level 070, Baron 96
Arriving and
Whiskey
departing
Echo.
runway 10. Wind 090 at 12. Visibility 10. View at 1800. Scattered at 3500. Temperature 2.22. QNH 1018.
1018.
Transition level 60 advise on course heading.
Okay, so we've got our information for Princess Juliana, QNH 1018. Now keep in mind, transition altitude is 6,000 feet, so we don't have to reset our altimeter just yet. We're descending nice and easy. Let me monitor my cabin temperature. As we get lower now, we should need less heat. We're still a ways out though. Alright, descending through 15,900 now. Still good, picking up some speed on this descent, but the air is going to get thicker as well as you come down. So you're going to have a little bit more drag. So you can see the ground speed is about the same. It's just shy of 250. Indicated it's picking up, however, because we are pitching down, obviously. One mistake I've done too flying to Princess Juliana before in the sim is I've descended too early, thinking that I'm a lot closer than I am, and so I end up burning a lot more gas, getting on the power to stay whatever speed.
Flight level 060. Descending
All right.
flight level 060, Baron 96 Whiskey Echo. Echo, descend, flight level 050, turn right heading 145, vectors for the RNAV runway 10 approach,
Okay.
QNH 1017.
145 on the heading bug. Go to heading.
Flight level 050, right heading 145 for the RNAV runway 10 approach, QNH 1017, Baron 96 Whiskey Echo.
Let's see if I remember how to do an RNAV approach.
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, descend, flight level 050. Descending flight level 050, Baron 96 Whiskey Echo.
Looking good, guys. We should be touching down probably in the next 15-20 minutes. Kappa, yeah, man, go ahead and get your coffee and come back when you can, man. We should be online for the next 20-30 minutes because we're going to touch down, and as Airborne Geek suggested, we're going to record the landing, and then once we're down on the ground, I'm going to replay that landing from the outside so you guys can judge it, make fun of me, and then we're going to taxi in, shut her down, call it a day. But again, we're going to be live again tonight around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So guys, make sure you tune in if you've got nothing going on tonight. We'd love to have you on board. It's going to be myself and Captain Flacco doing a joint flight together, maybe out of Princess Juliana. Maybe we'll do a Phoenix flight from Princess Juliana to like Orlando, Miami, something not too long so that you guys don't get bored. But you'll see the difference how we fly airliners between that and this. All right, we're still looking good, guys. I'm going to increase that descent rate too. A little bit more. Okay, just reviewing my altitude constraints there. I believe Avaki should be our initial approach fix. So here, I'm gonna move this over. There's Avaki right there. Gonna come in Lesser Mapen and then into Princess Juliana. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's expedite this descent. Crossing 10,000, landing lights can come on. No longer need the oxygen. We'll save it for later. Remember, these airplanes do have state saving, or yeah, state saving. So I want to make sure I leave the oxygen tank with some more O2 for a later flight. And then we're getting near that VNO, right? The amber and the airspeed. That just means your maximum cruise speed. You can only fly in that band if you're in smooth, stable air, right? No turbulence, nothing like that. But we're just shy of it. We're still good. We're in the green band, so we are A-okay. My little camera is following my head movement. I like that, though. It's pretty cool. All right, we're descending through 7,900 down to 5,000 feet. Still doing good. And take a chug of water here. Anybody want some ketchup? My son left his fake ketchup bottle here in my room, so I guess I'm supposed to drink out of that. Tail Dragger is asking what eye tracker is that. I have Toby, but I can't get it to work because my G1 dowsers block the bottom of my monitor.
Avaki, send altitude to 600 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 10 approach.
Okay, so we've been cleared for the RNAV.
Proceeding direct Avaki, descending to altitude 2600 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 10 approach. Baron 96 Whiskey Echo.
Hey, Tail Dragger, so what I'm using is Track IR. You can see the little clip right here on my hat. The little receiver sits right next to the webcam right there. You're looking at me, and so it always maintains a clear line of sight. That's why I like it. It's so intuitive. I've been using Track IR now for about 20 years, something like that. So it's very responsive, very easy. You can tune it, and you can see I can turn comfortably while still keeping my eyes on the monitor. So it works flawlessly, man. All right, folks, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to go into Avaki. That's why I said a direct 2 as cleared. We've been cleared for the RNAV approach, which means once we cross Avaki, We can then follow the published altitudes as necessary to make sure we're on a good final approach course. That final approach course, by the way, is 096. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up here on my CDI. There's 095 and 096. Okay, that's good. Okay, less than 1,000 feet to go now. We're going to level off at 2,600. $12 miles away, or just over 12.5 miles away from Evanki. Perfect. We're going to level off way before we get there. Going to give us time to watch our speed and set up for this final approach into Princess Juliana. And I'm going to tell Steve that from now on I'll handle communications. Hey Steve, Captain Gonzo over here. I'll handle communications and continue flying the plane. Thanks for the help, brother.
Got it, Captain Gonzo. You're in charge of comms now. I'll keep an eye on things.
And you see how simple that is? Just talk to them like a human being. All right, let's get that mixture back to full rich. And we're leveled off. Let's reset our not our transponder, our altimeter. Completely forgot about that. 1018. So let's continue descending now that we've adjusted that altimeter. There we go. 1018. There we go. Let's get those cow flaps open, get some drag. Remember, cow flaps help the engines breathe a little better when you're in high power, low airspeed situations. Less airflow through the inlets. Engine's going to get hotter, so you want to open those cow flaps. It helps you slow down a little bit, and it also helps maintain the airflow nice and good, getting rid of all that hot exhaust. Airborne Geek, yeah, man, it's the best, dude. The track hat, it's flawless. Now, when these little reflective stickies start to wear off, you do have some issues, but you can fix that really easily with some home remedies. Okay, trying to get a good camera angle here. I can see the island over there toward 10, 11 o'clock. We're good. All right, we're going to arm approach mode. Let's see if this works out. Getting a little hot here in the cockpit. And it's been 50 minutes practically since we took off from Puerto Rico, and here we are about to touch down Princess Juliana. Not bad at all. And then for our missed approach procedure, it'll be a climbing right turn.
Contact Juliana Tower on 118.7 at 5 DME.
We'll contact Tower 118.7 at 5 DME for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Okay. Missed approach, climbing right turn to 4,000, direct to on bed, and then hold or as directed by ATC.
Baron 96 Whiskey Echo, Juliana Tower, roger.
I didn't even say anything. How far are we? Let's see. So 5 DME happens between Evanki and Lesser, so we'll wait a little bit more. And you can see that magenta box dropping. That is representing our glide slope. So once we capture it, we'll see the glide slope here. It should be, it's already armed, so it'll be active. And then all we do is reset our altitude here to 4,000 feet, which is our...
Echo. Wind 090 at 12. Runway 10, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 10 for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. Cool. I don't even have to call them. They already saw me. There we go. We're coupled. We've got a descent rate. Let's go ahead and slow down this puppy. And I will start recording here in just a few moments. Tom is saying I'm waiting on the beach. Heck yeah, man. Make sure you watch us. Damn, coming in too hot still. You know what? Let's get gear down, even though we're a little bit too hot. Taxi light on. There we go. Get some drag. Still coming in hot. Just waiting for that airspeed to bleed off a little bit more. We're good. All right, screw it. Let's go flaps to approach. Get the prop levers full forward. And let's go ahead and start recording now.
Approaching runway 10.
Let's set this to 4,000 before I forget. One more. Come on. Oh, God. There we go. Okay, flaps full now. And let's go autopilot disconnect my controls. A little bit low on the approach here. Give some power. Let's turn off the AC. Two white, two red. Decent speed. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Oh, baby. Here we go. There's the people. They're watching. Bring it in low, as low as we can. Bring back the power. And we're gonna float, let that speed bleed off. Ooh. Somebody get me some butter. All right, let's vacate left. Watch this taxiway light here. Heck yeah, boys and girls.
Echo, exit at Delta if able. Taxi to Terminal 1B2 via Delta Charlie Alpha. Stay on this frequency.
All right, we're going to vacate here, and then we're going to taxi via Delta Charlie Alpha, staying on this frequency for Baron 6 Whiskey Echo. All right, guys, let me go ahead and cue that replay. Let me stop it. You guys ready?
Baron 6 Whiskey Echo, cross runway 10, then continue taxi via Delta
Here we go.
Charlie Alpha.
All right, here's the replay, guys. That was awesome. I really like that one, man. Look at that, man. Gotta be awesome flying this approach in real world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the first replay, the spot camera following the plane. Once we are done seeing that, I'm going to rewind it and then set the camera from the ground to see how it looks, okay? Airborne Geek, thanks, brother. That was a fun flight and stream. Yes, sir, it was. And again, just stand by. We're going to do the replay maybe twice here. So then we're going to taxi in, shut her down, call it a day, okay? Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. That is awesome. Okay, let's go back. Let's pause. Pick it up again. All right, so check it out. I'm going to pause. We're going to get the drone camera and set it up. I'm going to lock it here. Let's go to the beach. Here we go. God, this is laggy here. Okay. Hold up, hold up. Sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure your displays are probably going nuts here. Come on. I'm trying to slow down the drone speed. Okay, there we go. Press pause. Make sure the replay is playing. Here we go. I love the people. Listen to that noise, too. Okay, let me pause. Let's go down the runway. Okay, I think we touched down somewhere about just after the 1,000-foot marks here. Here we go. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that looks good. Oh, whoa, we got traffic on the runway. No. Oh, man, that was fun, guys. That was fun. Okay, we're going to crash into the citation.
A good landing is a landing you can walk away from.
That is right. All right. We're going to find somewhere to park here. Let's open up the windows, clean the flaps, clean the mixture. Landing lights, strobe lights can come off. Uh-oh, I think the landing gear is shot. Yep. Oh, wow, that was the parking brake. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and turn off that pitot heat. Let me see. I know there's a signature here, but I just don't know where. We're gonna find a hole here to put the plane in. Look at that Gulfstream. Citations here. I've been to this airport. I've driven around it in real world. Man, it's awesome being here. I got to see a couple of airline planes, and several Twin Otters.
Short of runway 28.
Tail Dragger, thank you so much for that, my friend. Welcome aboard. Feel free to watch our videos. We got plenty of footage. We're trying to pick back up on our live streaming now that our equipment is, I think, adequately and properly set. So thanks for checking us out, man. I really appreciate it.
Runway 28.
Okay, let's go next to the Citation 560 here. Oh, I'm going to hit the wing. Oh, God. All right. We're set here. Let's pull the parking brake. Bring back power. Let's go ahead and set that transponder to standby. That looks good. We'll go off. Let's kill the lights. Avionics master. Make sure vent blower is off. Mixture cut off. Mags to off. There we go. Alternator off. Battery power off. Control lock installed.
Hold short of runway 28.
Let's get the chocks on. Hey, Airborne Geek. Yes, sir. I got to jump off as well, man. I got to get going. But I appreciate you tuning in. Let's go ahead and go outside real quick. There we go, guys. We made it down to St. Martin aboard the BlackSquare Baron. What a beautiful and awesome plane this is to fly. If you've been shying away from BlackSquare products, guys, I can't recommend them enough. And of course, get the bundle. Save yourself some money. Get the Baron and the Bonanza. We're going to ignore the fact that we took off that Citation 560's wing off. Don't say anything. I didn't see it. I was just parked here, I swear. So, all right, guys. Well, Captain Gonzo with that Flight Sim channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Again, stay tuned tonight, 8 o'clock, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, thereabout. Captain Flacco and I are going to get back online, and we're going to do something different. We're going to probably pick up from here in Princess Juliana, aboard maybe some airlines, and fly back to Florida, our home state. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being online. Thomas, you're the man. He's saying my favorite sim pilot. Thank you so much for that, brother. You guys take care. Smooth landings. Happy flying. Once again, Captain Gonzo with that Flight Sim channel. See you guys in